You're listening to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and here we discuss topics on personal fitness, well-being, and elevation of mind and body. Join us as we help build and grow a community of real, elevated men and women. If you're currently feeling frustrated, flat, and fed up with life, or want to be a physically and mentally elevated individual, you're invited to join us each and every week here on the Real Elevation podcast. Welcome to the RE family and get ready to elevate your mind and body. Welcome to the Real Elevation podcast. I'm your host, Mike Hendricks, and today we have another outstanding, informative, and elevating show for you. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome all first-time listeners to the podcast, and be sure to stay to the end where I will share all my social media connections where you can reach out and connect with me as we grow and build the Real Elevation community. I do hope wherever you are listening to this podcast in the world that you are blessed and thankful to be alive and excited for the future. I have another great episode that I'm keen to share with you today. So it's a topic that many people see and often get blinded and overlook why they feel stuck or trapped or frozen in a particular area in their life. And that is their comfort zone. So today we're going to be talking about your health is hiding outside your comfort zone. Your health is hiding outside your comfort zone. So many men and women know deep down inside that they need to change and improve. But they also know in order to do that, they have to step or venture into the unknown. And that means stepping outside of their comfort zone. But once they recognize that, they're not comfortable with it. So with that said, what are the dangers and what are the negatives of staying in your comfort zone or staying within your comfort zone? This may be something that you can relate to at certain points in your life or different times in your life where you know you've had to do something, but you know it involved stepping into the unknown. You know it involves stepping into or outside of your normal area of play, your comfort zone. Now, if you're not willing to do that, here are some of the negatives. Now, you will never grow as a person. You'll always have the same outlook. You'll probably have the same output if you're not prepared to move outside of your comfort zone. You often get very comfortable and complacent when you're staying in your comfort zone because you're kind of used to the same. And I'll share with this a little bit later on. I can relate firsthand to this, and it's something that I felt like I needed to do because I was getting a little bit complacent and a little bit comfortable. And again, one of the dangers of not stepping outside of your comfort zone is that things are typically going to stay the same. So if you're wanting to maybe have a new relationship or earn your or change your income to a different salary bracket, if you're not prepared to move outside of your comfort zone, things are probably just going to stay exactly as they are. And one of the worst things for me about staying inside your comfort zone and not really looking to get outside and explore the unknown and get into the unknown realms of outside your comfort zone is that you never enjoy new experiences or you'll never meet new people. I have recently joined a networking group, and it's something I've been toying with the idea for a period of time. Now, was it uncomfortable the first time I met up with those people? Of course it was. Did I feel a little bit awkward? Of course I did. But already, since joining that networking group, I've made some good connections. I've learned a huge amount from the people within that networking group, and I'm looking forward to continuing learning. Now, if I didn't have stepped out of my comfort zone, if I didn't have made the decision to join that networking group, I would have never had the opportunities that I have now. And there are going to be more opportunities, I'm sure, in the future. So this is one of the dangers when you decide, and it is a decision, to stay within your comfort zone and you don't step into the unknown. You'll never grow as a person. You'll get too comfortable and you get complacent. Things won't change, they'll stay the same, and you'll never enjoy new experiences or make new connections. Now we know the dangers and the negatives of staying within your comfort zone. Why are the reasons that people stay within that comfort zone? Why do people make that choice? As I touched on before, it is a choice to stay within the areas of comfort and not stepping out into the known. So I'm going to show you 3 points now that you can think about, go away and meditate on, because if they relate to you, it's something that you need to look to address if you do want to see an improvement in your well-being, your fitness, start to rejuvenate and start to take action and live life more fully, more fulfilled, and with more freedom down to fitness. Now, for many people, it's because they never want to invest in themselves and invest in their health. So you may be able to relate to this. You don't want to invest in your health. You don't want to invest in yourself. You're happy with the status quo and you don't want to see things change because you don't want to invest time, energy, and money in many cases in your health and in yourself. Now, I know from personal experience that if you do want to change, you do want to see improvement, you do want to see growth, both on a physical level, mental level, emotional level, spiritual level, it needs time, energy, effort, and in many cases, not always, but in many cases, money. Now, the amount of money you spend depends on the individual circumstances, but if you're someone currently who doesn't believe that you need to invest, I'm here to question you on that point. You need to make the effort to start investing in yourself and investing in your health. And it is an investment, guys. It's almost like putting money in your pension pot. Many people who are in full-time, part-time work understand the importance of putting money away for the future. And it's the same mentality you need to adopt with your health, your fitness, and your well-being. 2, you listen to people who don't believe in you. That's one of the reasons why you stay in your comfort zone. It may be your partner, it may be your parents, it may be even your manager or people that you work with. They don't believe in you. They don't believe that you can make significant changes and improvement, but you also believe what they are saying. That's why you stay in your comfort zone, and that's why you don't maximize your health potential. I share a quick tale with you about a personal experience about listening to people or someone who didn't believe in me. So when I started my career in the fitness and well-being space, I was working for a large company called Esporta Health and Fitness. At the time, I was in a position as the health and fitness manager, overseeing a team. Now, at this moment in my health and fitness career, I had aspirations, I had desires to get into the senior management space, or climbing up that career ladder, if you like. And there were opportunities within the company at the time because it was going through some very rapid and large expansions. But my senior manager didn't encourage me to develop, didn't encourage me to take the necessary steps to learn, to grow, to understand what it would take in order to move into those senior positions. So when those positions came up, he was never the one that was encouraging me. He was never the one that was saying that you could potentially do this. He was saying, oh, you're better off staying where you are. And as a result, I was thinking, right, well, what's my next move? Because this guy doesn't seem to believe me. Now, as it turned out, he left the company and a new manager came in who was completely opposite. He understood what I wanted to do. He was very supportive. He was very encouraging me. He told me that I could move up. It would mean moving out of my comfort zone, but he gave me the belief. Whereas the previous manager, as I was saying, he was someone that I was listening to. He was telling me, you can't do it. You have to stay in your comfort zone. That's not something that you can aspire to or achieve. So it's important that you understand that if you are listening to people who don't believe you, maybe that's not the right thing to do. And 3, you're letting fear control you. This is a big one for a lot of people. They stay where they are, they stay stuck because they have a story or a narrative in the head, which is predominantly a story of fear. One of feeling frightened, one of feeling that they can't achieve. Now, if you are doing that, again, it's something that you need to think about addressing, something that you need to think about changing, because if you are letting fear control you, you are forever going to stay stuck and probably not move closer to your desired goals and wants and dreams, and going to stay inside your comfort zone. So, number 3, you are letting fear control you. I've explained the negatives and the dangers of staying within your comfort zones. I've outlined the main reasons why people stay in the comfort zones. Now I'm going to share with you the solutions. This is what you can actually do, action steps. But before I do that, I just want to take this opportunity to share my social media connections so you can reach out with me, connect with me as we grow over here on the Real Elevation Podcast. You can connect with me on Facebook. Just type in Mike Hendricks and you'll find me on Facebook there. If you want to look for me on Instagram, you'll find me under the handle Hendricks Holistic 44. On LinkedIn, again, Mike Hendricks, you'll find me there. And if you take this opportunity to subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll find us under Hendricks Holistic Fitness. So that's Facebook, Mike Hendricks. Instagram, Hendricks Holistic 44. LinkedIn, Mike Hendricks. And go ahead, head on over to YouTube and subscribe to Hendricks Holistic Fitness, where we share exclusive content and videos and insights on what we're doing here on the Real Elevation Podcast and on the Hendricks Holistic website. So, we are talking about your health is hiding outside your comfort zone. If you are someone who wants to move forward, you want to maximize your health potential, but you feel stuck, you're probably one of those people that don't want to move outside your comfort zone. So we're talking about how you can do that. We spoke about the dangers of why people stay in their comfort zone. The dangers being, you never grow as a person. You'll probably stay the same with the same outlook. You get too comfortable and complacent. Things will stay the same, and you'll never meet new people and gain new experiences in your life if you don't move out your comfort zone. We also mentioned the main reasons why people stay there, and we spoke about, in reverse order, you're letting fear control you. Like I shared that personal story with me, you're letting people who don't believe in you determine your future, and you never want to invest in yourself. So what are the solutions? What is it that you can do to start feeling comfortable about being uncomfortable and stepping outside your comfort zone and really looking to maximize your health, fitness potential, move towards that road of feeling rejuvenated both physically, mentally? So number 1, determine what it is that you really want. I always ask this question, which is a big question for a lot of people because it really gets them to think. And that question is, determine what it is that you really want. Now, you may want to pause this right now, get a pen and write that question down, because when you really think about it, it really does get you to think in a different way. What do you really want? Determine what it is that you really want. Second, make a plan to get what you want. So once you've determined what it is that you want, make a plan to get what it is what you want. I'll give you a personal story that I was in a lot of debt. So that would mean if I were to move myself in a different position financially, I would have to get out of debt. So once I determined what I want, that was to get out of debt, I had to make a plan. That means putting some money aside, looking to earn money so I could pay off this debt quicker. So determine what you want, make a plan. 3, be prepared to get uncomfortable. It stands to reason, isn't it? If you're going to get in a position where you're going to be outside your comfort zone, you're going to explore the unknown, you have to get used to being uncomfortable. So be prepared for that. And it's quite all right if you have that mentality of what is the worst that can happen. Think about your situation. You may be wanting to improve your fitness, get down to a particular weight on the scales, improve your overall energy, improve your posture. Whatever it is for you, look and feel younger. It's going to involve doing things that you may have not done before. things that are completely new to you, things that may feel alien, but you have to get used to it and think to yourself, what's the worst that can happen? The reverse that's going to happen, I can tell you this from personal experiences, you're going to stay exactly where you are and you're comfortable where you are now. That's why things haven't changed. So if you have that mentality and think, what's the worst that can happen? Well, I'm probably just going to say the same. That's going to use you to catapult you forward. So get used to and get uncomfortable being uncomfortable. Number 4, start off slowly and then forget the past and make small steps. Start off slowly, forget the past, and make small steps forward. Often we let our disappointments or our distractions from the past focus our attention, think, oh, this has never happened for me before, or I've done this before in the past and I failed. If you're taking the right advice moving forward now, you're doing the right things now, things are going to improve, things are going to change, you are going to get better, you are going to see those improvements. You're stepping outside your comfort zone and you're trying something new. But if you're paying too much attention on things that have gone wrong in the past, that's probably going to happen again. You're probably going to reimagine or relive those similar situations or them circumstances. So think about starting off slowly, take small, progressive steps, and forget about the past. And finally, think realistic and be prepared to have setbacks and meet obstacles. Life is life, guys. Things are going to go wrong. Things are going to go a little awry. But be at peace with that. That is part of your journey. If I was to sit here and share with you that things, as you're transforming, as you're changing, as you're improving, just go smoothly. It's all rose-tinted glasses, smooth blue seas and crystal blue skies as you sail towards your destination of success, I'd be lying. There are going to be ups and downs. So be prepared to have setbacks. Be prepared for those bumps in the road because that is going to happen. But when you have that determination, you understand that you are now stepping out of your comfort zone. As you move towards a more rejuvenated you move to a more healthier you move to more vitalized and focused and energy-rich you. It's going to move you towards that goal steadily, effectively, and efficiently. It's going to help you to keep your eyes on the prize because you've got that nice, rounded, holistic mindset. You're not going to think that things have to go perfectly all the time, and when they don't, you just default to time. There are going to be setbacks. There are going to be days where you feel, I don't really want to do this, or what am I doing here? But with the right support, with the right mindset, with the right outlook, and with the real determination, you are stepping outside your comfort zone now. You are going to maximize your health, well-being, and fitness potential. I can guarantee you that. So that is how you make the steps towards stepping outside your comfort zone and really living and maximizing your fitness and well-being potential, your rejuvenated best. So let me know what you think. Are those 5 steps that you can take? Determine what it is that you really want. Make a plan to get what you want. Be prepared to get uncomfortable. Start off slowly, just make small steps and forget about the past, and be prepared to have setbacks and overcome obstacles. They're the 5 steps that I believe that's going to help you get outside your comfort zone. And when you do that, you'll see the change, the improvements, and you'll be on that road to rejuvenation and maximizing your fitness and well-being potential. Okay, guys, I trust you found what I've shared with you today beneficial. Let me know. Reach out to me. As I mentioned before, connect with me on my social media platform. I mentioned you can hit me up on Facebook at Mike Hendricks. You can find me on Instagram on Hendricks Holistic 44. Find me on LinkedIn under Mike Hendricks as well. And head on over to YouTube and make sure you subscribe to Hendricks Holistic Minutes, where you'll see how we share exclusive insights and videos for you. Okay, guys, that's it for today. I really appreciate you tuning in. I say this each and every week, that I say thank you as we continue to grow the Real Elevation podcast community. Without you, it wouldn't be possible. So keep continuing to share, like, and make sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So when these new episodes drop each and every Sunday, you will not miss out. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Remember, stay well, stay blessed, keep it real. Till next time, take care. Blessings and chi. Peace.